Welcome to Groove Builders. I'm Curtis, and on today's video we're going to be answering a few common questions we've got about GroovePages. So the first question we've got is, what are the recommended size and type of images to use on your website? Now this entirely depends on the application. Obviously you've got many different types of images. We've got a background here, logos up here, another logo, a small portrait, backgrounds, smaller portraits, etc. Generally you'll want to match or be close to the pixel size that the image will be displayed at on the device. So for a full width background like this one, we would recommend a width of 1600 pixels, as that will give you decent quality while not being too large in the file size. If you're wanting to use the parallax effect, as shown where the background stays in place as you scroll, you would use an image size of 1600 by 900, as that is the correct aspect ratio for most computer displays. So on mobiles and tablets this might not look quite as good, as you have a portrait display instead of landscape as you do on a desktop. As you can see, you can only see a small fraction of the image. However, this isn't that much of a problem, as the content does take up more of the screen space. For an image like this, that is probably only taking up a quarter of the width of the screen on a computer, a width for the image of around 400 pixels would be fine. And for even smaller images like these, which take up a tiny proportion of the screen on desktop and less than half of the width of the screen on mobile, an image size of around 200 by 200 pixels for a square image is ideal. Now we'll quickly address the image file types you should be using for your website, and that is a .webp file in all cases. This is because it provides decent quality while also providing a very small file size, which drastically improves your loading times on your website. Also takes up less of your media storage, and it supports transparency just like PNGs and animations just like GIFs or GIFs. Now if you've got no idea what a WebP is and you don't know how to use this on your website, that's not a problem. You can easily convert the images you've already got using these online tools and many others. So here's a couple we've used before. This is easygif.com and cloudconvert.com. These are just ones we've found through Google and used. They work perfectly fine. As you can see, you just upload your files and then download in a different format. Then they're ready to upload onto your website. Now on to the second question we have, which is how do we change the default font on our Groove site? Now this is really easy. So click the settings here, site settings, and we've got a drop down menu here, and we'll select a new font. Press the tick at the top. As you can see, that has changed the fonts on the website, but not all of them, as some of these are predefined within the element themselves, as they are from the predefined blocks from up here. These can be changed individually in the element settings in the design tab, as you can see. Now on to the next question, which is what is gutter width and what is it used for? As you can see, we've got a 2-column layout here and a 4-column layout here, which I've dragged in. Given these a clear background so you can see, the gutter is the gap between the 2 columns. So if I go into configure, the default is medium, and we can change it to any of these, like so. As you can see, that gap's got bigger. Change it to none. Now the gap's gone completely. So that is the gutter width and how to use it. Also applies to any of the other column layouts, like this one here, as you can see. Now on to the final question for this video, which is how can we speed up our Groove sites and make them more mobile friendly? Now this entirely comes down to the content on your site, so the images mainly and videos, if you have any, will slow your site down. So for images, if you just follow our recommendations from the first question, you shouldn't have any problems unless you have, say, 100 images on your main page. And for videos, they do seem to slow the loading of the site down quite a bit, so it's best to avoid videos where you can. A great tool for checking the speed of your site is Google's Page Speed Insights. So you just search that in Google, it'll come straight up. You'll go here, enter your URL, click Analyze. As you can see, I've put ours in, groove.builders, and it will show the mobile and desktop performance in great detail. As you can see, we've got a reasonable mobile performance, slowed down by some CSS and other things. If we go to desktop, it's nearly perfect. So this is a great tool to show you the speed of your site and what is causing the issues that it may have. As for making your site mobile friendly, you can use the devices menu up here to select a display type and edit that individually. So you can edit your text and image sizes, etc. individually on each device and scale the content appropriately. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to subscribe, notify, like and share the video with your friends. Follow us on socials as seen on screen, and check out our website where we help you start, build and succeed.